that's happening to where I didn't even recognize the paradigm shift. I know about concealed carry, but about open carry, but when I've talked about how important it is, but when I got reports, guy with an earpiece out there with a gun, I immediately thought provocateur because I didn't even gauge the amount of courage to go to a presidential event and do it. The boldness of it, I wasn't even ready to deal with. And we still need to look out for groups and people. And there are a lot of covert agendas going on, and it's all very complex. And the enemy's very, very treacherous. But this is just so exciting what's happening. And again, a free man would have his sword or his rifle openly on him. It's the criminals, the murderers. What police, even 50 years ago, 100 years ago, were looking for was somebody with a hidden weapon. The bad guys have it hidden. That was the rule. The good guys have it in the open. You have your weapon out in the open. But see, they made it out of style, uncool to carry. That's why in the famous Lindbergh trial, everybody, you can watch the newsreels, had their guns in the front row, and people were saying, well, how can you let Lindbergh in? He may shoot the guy that kidnapped the baby. But the issue was we've gone from guns in court to my dad just 40 years ago, I guess like 42 years ago, in college, in high school, just taking his shotgun in and putting it in his locker, to, oh, my God, the schools are now little prisons so that the shooter can come there knowing that no one will stand up to him.
Yeah.
That was a 10-minute rant. I apologize. Well, listen, tell me more about the Phoenix police. So that's a good headline for us. Phoenix police told open carry demonstrator at Obama event that they supported you. What else did they say?
That was about it. That was everything. Just that they were just there to keep the peace, and they had no problem with what we were doing, and that's it.
And, of course, there were other guys. Did you know the other guys that were out there armed?
I was kind of loosely acquainted with the other people. Just a few, just like 3 or 4 other people there.
And the police didn't pull anybody over, follow them home, or none of that?
Not at all. They didn't even ask for anyone's information. Nothing. I didn't even have any identification on me. I had purposely left cell phone, keys, ID, everything at home.
Now look at England. First, they say we're going to line everybody up and ask you questions. This happened to me. It's happened to both the Watson brothers who live there. Happens to their parents. Happens to everybody now. They just go, excuse me, line up, checking IDs. Thank you. Are you a terrorist? Are you a pedophile? And I had the Wall Street Journal writer here. That happened to her repeatedly when she was in England doing a story about tourism. It's just everywhere. And now under the TSA model from the airports, they admit that airport model of being searched, submitting, the act of prostration, taking your shoes off, the act of submitting, the act of being... this is all about training us to where you're not even nervous now. If you fly a lot, you're like, no big deal, going to the checkpoint, you're not nervous. They're pleased by that. The enslavement is going well. Comments on that?
I know exactly what you're talking about. A good example of that is there's a Border Patrol checkpoint in, I think it's between Gila Bend and it's just west of Gila Bend, I believe, and I think it's like 60 or 70 miles away from the border. And my pastor, Baptist pastor, actually got beat up by the Border Patrol at that checkpoint, which has nothing to do with the border. It doesn't even run north and south. And all they do is just ask you whether you're a citizen or not. And I believe that this checkpoint, the only purpose of it is to get us used to stopping throughout our daily lives and answering questions to federal agents. And, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, it's been documented, as you know. They just wave the illegals through. But they see a family of Americans, black, white, Hispanic. It's like, we're going to have one hell of a time today, boy. Going to teach them how to be slaves. Now I'm starting to get a clearer picture. You go to Pastor Anderson's church, I see.
Yes, I do. Proudly. I think it's the best church in the world.
So more and more, he's the pastor beat up within an inch of his life for just asking the lordships. How is that going with him right now?
It's just a circus. The court process is just a total circus, and I couldn't even begin to explain how ludicrous it is.
Well, this has been an amazing interview, and I appreciate you spending time with us today, and I look forward to having you back on as this develops and as this unfolds. And we just appreciate you, Chris, and your courage doing this. It just shows how one person can change the world. The guy in New Hampshire starts it. It spreads to Arizona. Now people all over the country are doing open carry. And the illusion, the grip of enslavement is loosening. But the enemy's getting ready to counter-strike against all of us. So pray for Chris, pray for myself, pray for my whole crew, pray for what we're doing, because I didn't spend any time on it today, but the enemy's coming after us at every level. I have felt a disturbance in the force as well. So we'll see you back live tomorrow. Retransmission starts now. Thank you so much, Chris.
No problem. Thanks, Alex.
Take care, buddy. It's great to be real, great to be alive, great to be part of the Second American Revolution to restore the Republic, the spirit of 1776. Don't tread on me. Great job, crew.
Sweet Lucy was a dancer, but no one was a cancer because she was a samurai.